Hello and welcome everyone to another StarCraft 2 England cast. Today I have got game 2 of a best of 3 between AcerNerchio, who is the blue Zerg in the lower right, and roxkisTITAN, who is the green Protoss in the top left. The map is Ohana, and well, if you haven't watched game 1, go flick over to my channel and watch that because it was pretty sweet. Titan gave everyone a lesson in defense, and if that wasn't a big enough spoiler, pause now because more are on their way. Nerchio, he went for what can only be, I'm 90% sure was a 6 pull, and he just followed that up with a Ling Bling all-in. And he did have one moment where it looked like it, and Nerchio 6 pulling again! This is crazy! Nerchio, it didn't work game 1, what makes you think it's going to work game 2? Of course, Titan in game 1 held so well with some great probe micro. Did have some, well, a big loss of probes, the big Baneling hit at one point, but he was able to just keep macroing and basically survive fine. This probe scouting a lot earlier, obviously aware Nerchio could be doing some funkiness, and of course, this is from the Zotac Cup, for anyone wondering which tournament it's from, so it's not a huge tournament, but obviously there's a decent prize pool and neither of these players want to lose. Titan though, he is going to scout the pool super early, and that's basically going to mean that Nerchio is going to fail with it because, well, put simply, once Titan knows what's going down, he will drop down basically to a lot of stuff. Actually, he's not putting it how I thought he would. I thought he would actually wall off on the ramp directly, but instead not going to go for that. And there's Nerchio being like, what, WTF, 7 scout, which purely just because of how early it was, but the Zerglings are on their way out. And I have to say, this is really interesting from Titan. I thought he would have just tried to wall off completely, because I think you can relatively easily. But for the moment, it looks like no Titan. He's going to go for the same defensive strategy he did in game 1. Drop down a cannon in the mains mineral line and just kind of leave this to die, which is an interesting choice. It'll be interesting to see if Nerchio can get in and deal some probe damage, because of course in game 1 he wasn't able to get any kills down at all. Well, no, he did get one. He got the one probe kill with this 6 pull, so really not early enough. Here comes down the gateway as well, and to be honest, I think Titan is going to be in an amazing spot. That cannon nearly finished already, and this is going to take some amazing damage and micro out of Nerchio if it's going to work, because that cannon, it's done, and that was not a single probe killed there. Now the forge and pylon will go down, but to be honest, Titan, he's just got this down to an art form right now. There goes down the gas for Nerchio, and to be honest, I can't see how Nerchio is going to come back from this. If we look at the work count, 10 to 18, that's already quite a massive difference. I mean, that graphically displays it perfectly just how far ahead Titan is in terms of the income. However, Nerchio, he actually, what's this? Titan going for a proxy 2 gate. This is awesome. Oh my god, Titan, you're going to annoy Nerchio so much right now. He's just walling off everywhere, being like, what, Zerglings, you want to come in my base? No. You're not coming in my base. I'm just going to defend this. And there's no Overlord over here either. Oh my god, Titan, this is going to be epic. Just flood him with Zealots. Flood him with Zealots anyway. And Nerchio going for that Baneling nest, just as he did in game 1, trying to follow it up. Leaving these Zerglings there, thinking he's going for map control. But guess what? You're going to get Zealots. There's Zealots here. There's Zealots about to be here. And do you know where the Zealots are going to be after that? Here, killing your stuff, Nerchio, and you may have the watchtower, you may think you've got everything just where you wanted, you may think you're going to kill that probe and this pylon, but you're going to get killed. And that is always going to be bad time. That pylon will probably get cancelled at the last second, although actually no, it doesn't go down, so Titan loses 100 minerals there, which is not something you want to be doing when you're trying to chrono boost out mass Zealots out of a proxy 2 gate. And well, the Zerglings, they're all streaming across the map now, but this is leaving nothing to defend. And of course, if it does go into a base race situation, I do actually think that this will be absolutely fine for Titan, because he can hold this wall ramp so easily with Zealots. It would take so many Zerglings. And of course, the cannon's still there, but the Banelings, they are morphing. 8 on the way. And of course, the Zealots aren't actually coming out yet for Titan, but of course, he just wants to get critical mass before he moves across. Needs to be a bit careful up here, though, because obviously, if those Banelings were to connect on all of the Zealots together, that would be a bit of a problem. And yet again, the pylon going down, more Banelings getting morphed in. And, well, once the Banelings are seen, Titan's going to have some fancy defense. He is cancelling the pylon that time, pulling back, just trying to be defensive. He's got 4 Zealots out, though. Now, the mass Banelings can be effective, but Zealots in tank a huge amount of damage. But what Tide needs to be careful of is losing all of those probes and the Banelings. The Banelings are going in, and they get so many of the probes, they're running away. But, oh my god, all the probes go down. That is terrible, terrible times for well, for Titan there, who is now down to just 6 probes, but the Zealots are in Nerchio's base, and I do not think those Zerglings are going to be able to get back in time. This is all going to get pretty funky pretty quick. The Queen goes down. There's just so many Zealots in your base, Nerchio. What are you going to do? Not much, of course. Titan is just macroing up behind this, getting as many probes out as he can. If that hatchery is focused down, then it's going to be pretty much GG for Titan. Only 2 banelings there, and of course the rest of these Zealots are going to be able to, should be able to clean this up pretty damn well, because Zealots engage really, really well against all of this. But again, just overwhelming numbers for Nerchio at the moment, who does still have, actually no, the worker count is exactly equal. And of course, now the hunt is on for where did those Zealots come from. 4 more on the way down, and well, 4 Zealots will engage crazy well against this many Zerglings, just because they just chop their way through them. And while Nerchio is doing his best, I do believe he should just clean up, but with only 2 Zerglings left, he's got a bit of a problem, because more Zealots are on the way. And of course, if we look at Nerchio's base, he's now down to what, 10 harvesters, and that is never fun times at all. This is just a crazy game. I can't get over about how little supply both these players have, yet how intense it is. It's basically like a ZvZ, where they've both just gone for like a mass all-in, and it's just crazy, crazy harassment. Of course, the cannon is down though, so these 2 Zerglings could actually get some probe kills, but there are a lot of Zerglings here. Now, if you think that at the very best you can kill off a Zealot with 4 Zerglings with no micro, you'd need probably at least 10 to kill 2 Zealots if they are clumped up. But actually these 2 Zerglings are doing amazingly well, and if we look at the workers killed, Nerchio's killed so many more workers, it's insane, and does now have the worker lead at just about 9 minutes 30 of 9-7. Which is very significant in this game, but in most games you'd think that is absolutely crazy. The Zealots, they are going in, the Spine Crawler is on its way. And this is going to be really close. The Queen could get focused down really, really quickly. There are all of the Zealots. They're trying their best to engage. Of course, the Spine on its way. 1 single Zergling on its way over. More Zealots are streaming in. That now takes up to 6. Of course, Zealots do really well against Spine Crawlers as well. They just tank so much damage. It was forced to cancel. And of course now the Zealots are trying to clean everything up, but we do have Zerglings rushing up. This is pretty much an all-in here by Nerchio now. He's going to try and do as much damage as he can, but of course there's not actually that much stuff here for Nerchio, and quite a lot more for Titan. Titan is pulling back. He's got to do some really nice probe micro. He does have that Zealot there, which will be absolutely essential. Chrono Boost coming out, trying to get a second Zealot, which will be just so helpful. These Zerglings are engaging before the rest of the forces come over, which I don't think is the best move, but for the moment it looks like all of the Zealots, well, one of the Zealots is down, 1 remains. There's only 3 probes out though for Titan, who does not have enough minerals for another probe quite yet. He needs to be so careful. Here comes all of the drones. The hatchery has been killed, and of course the one thing to bear in mind is there are these 3 buildings, which would be absolutely essential. Just got to get perfect engagements here. 1 probe needs to survive. What are all these Zealots doing? The Zealots are streaming back, just trying to defend this, and to be honest, base racing may have been a better idea, but for the moment, this is absolutely fine. I do believe there's enough Zealots and probes there to defend this, but the concern is, of course, that Titan, he doesn't have enough minerals to build another probe, so he needs to basically just get those probes mining, trying their absolute best to get a bit more minerals. 1 more back, and he will be absolutely fine. Yes, he's got the 50 minerals, so he can now build a probe, and, well, he should hypothetically be able to engage this very well. And there's the GG from Nerchio in what was a very funky series where Titan does 2-0. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please give this video a thumbs up. Please leave a cool comment of what you think of the games. Do you like these little funky cheesy games? I like to cast them occasionally just to mix things up. And what else? Did you enjoy it? Thumbs up, subscribe, that'd be cool. New top level games up every day. And also follow me on Twitter if you have a tweeting account. But anyway, most importantly, I hope you did enjoy, and thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.